Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Zunbil Shaddam. In our last episode we finished one of the two holy wars that we previously declared for this county, and we are probably not too far away from winning the other one. We are getting ticking war score up to 50% at this point and are about to complete a couple of sieges over here, which should get us a bit more war score, so let's unpause and allow those to happen. We have our training grounds completing. We have a new satrap of Multan, who is 7 years old and reasonably well disposed towards me, so okay with that one. Have training grounds completed. Speaking of our new satrap of Multan, actually, who are we educating right now? Only our son. I guess no longer the vassal satrap. He came of age, okay. Yes, we get the plus 25 mentor bonus with him permanently, which should help out with his opinion. That means we have space to educate our satrap of Multan, if I can remember where Multan is. Right here, okay. We'll do that. Assuming that we are allowed to. Oh. And I can click the right things. Alrighty. More training grounds finished. And you accept the guardianship contract, that is good. This guy really should get married at some point. I guess he has time, that's fine. Your mission has been a success. This satrap is happier with me. To 100. Took prisoners, we're up to 88% in the war. We can definitely move our vizier elsewhere, since he is not going to do any more work there. This satrap of Sistan, I guess, is probably our next best target. He has a pretty low opinion of me. I guess. Once our truce expires with the Abbasids, we can take that county by pressing a de jure claim for him. So you might not need to send our Chancellor here, but it'll be a while before we can do that, so probably a good idea. There are those in your realm who worship other gods. For example, it is known to you that Porseng Harmozid openly follows the Sunni faith. You sometimes wonder what Zun would think of your association with these people. So we can say that we are more alike than we are different and gain sympathy for Islam. Or we can say their heathen delusions do not interest me. I don't think we get much benefit out of sympathy for Islam. So we'll just take the 50 piety. And we have gained a reasonable amount of piety from our theology focus, so I think we can definitely change that now if we want to. We have enough to raise our holy order a couple of times. Like 3 times, should that be necessary. So let's go ahead and change it to something. I guess we can change it to war focus. We haven't done that for a while. We have no rivals who we can duel. Still though, we'll go to war. I don't think we have had a war focus in a long time. Apparently these sieges are not worth a war score. Which is a little concerning. I guess we can potentially go and siege some of the other land that belongs to the actual person we're at war with. Over here. On the other hand, the ticking war score is going to get us to 100% soon enough anyway. So maybe we just disband all of our armies here and allow that to happen. I caught my young ward torturing a rat behind the stables today. We can let him have his fun, make him learn better with the birch, talk to him about kindness, or pray for his soul. I think we would rather he become kind than cruel, so take this option. And that's exactly what happened. And my wife is pregnant. Is good. Hopefully a genius son would be great. We'll disband these, we can start making more money and allow our remaining vassals to get rid of their opinion penalties, since we have had their troops raised quite a lot, I will admit. Shouldn't take too long to get there anyway, we're up to 93 already. And speaking of prisoners being released from dungeons, we did take some more prisoners. And I do just want to make sure that we're not getting war score from any of them, which we're not, so we can freely ransom them. I mean, we could freely ransom them anyway, but this way we definitely won't lose war score for it. Considering another offer still, so we'll just wait. There we go. And we'll have the rest of these prisoners judged by Zun. Let's see what happens with them. A host has declared the conquest of Khiva on the Seljuks. Okay. So this is, I think, the third simultaneous war for Khiva that the Seljuks are now involved in. The Volga-Bulgarian invasion is down to 45% war score in favor of the Khan. My vassals' war is up to 39%. Oh, there's also a Turkestani invasion of Khiva. Okay. So it's the fourth one, in fact. That one's at 15%. And now the host invasion. Okay. Well, that's quite a mess. We'll avoid getting involved in that whole thing until the dust settles there. So this character was apparently released, having been judged by Zun. Okay, so my son and heir died under suspicious circumstances. Alright. Our heir is now our nephew here, relatively undistinguished character. Mostly good traits, though. Well, just in case, let's get him married. Preferably to somebody with a good genetic trait. Of course, our wife is pregnant right now, so very likely that she'll have another child for us, though not necessarily a son. Wrong 9-year-old. I'd rather get him married to somebody who's already of age, if at all possible. Alright, well, failing find anyone with good genetic traits, I guess we'll just settle for any random character of reasonable age. And maybe with lustful or something, so that they definitely have some children. We can also pick an ambition, which is to have a son. Right, they are married. Our mother died of consumption. Okay. Pretty unfortunate. Though she was 74, so I guess she had a good run. We are up to 99% in our war, so should end any time now. And we had a daughter with a clubfoot. Okay. Well, let's hope that we have a son pretty soon. Not sure if our ambition to have a son has any actual bearing on the gender of our future children, but let's hope it does increase our chances. So our 100% will enforce our demands. Get rid of these holdings. Find a male character who is not imprisoned, of any marital status, not already a ruler, my religion, my culture. An adult, and not of a great house. And give them the county. The right one, okay. So this duchy here, Baluchistan, we can create it and give it away. Let's see. This county apparently is not held by independent county. It's held directly by my vassal satrap here. That's kind of unfortunate. I would prefer if he didn't have that, but there's not that much we can do about it. I guess we can probably plot to revoke that county since it's not in his duchy. Is that correct? Shagai. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that, actually. Might be worth it just to have a nice and neat duchy over here with all of its de jure land in the right place. To be able to beat him in a war if he rebels. I mean, obviously he's not going to be happy about this, but he has a lot of positive opinion modifiers, including being content, so that might actually make him, I was going to say, more likely to just accept the ultimatum, but never mind, because he's dead. We have a new satrap of Kerman, who is not content. Still relatively happy with me, though. And in fact, this is now controlled by a count underneath him, so we can fix this whole problem without having to forcibly revoke anything. Our plot automatically got cancelled. So if we just create the duchy title and grant it to him, he'll no longer be the vassal of this duke, and the duchy will be all de jure and nice and neat. Okay, so he becomes the new duke, he gains the other 3 counts as vassals, and everything is as it should be in Baluchistan, which is great. Alright then, so I think we'd probably be well advised to stay at peace for a little bit. We do have some fairly sizable opinion penalties here, and we are a reasonably large independence faction. I imagine most of these people aren't upset about anything specific except for the levies being raised. Seems to be the case. Guess we can afford to give them some money if they're not already bribed. Might not be necessary if we're planning to be at peace for a little while anyway, but it's okay. Crusade for Jerusalem. His Holiness, Pope Gregory V, has been swayed by the cries of help from the Christian population in the Kingdom of Jerusalem. It is not really a concern of ours. Who already holds the land here? Mostly the Aghlabids. Okay, so it might be a good opportunity for us to attack them. They do have some land adjacent to us. I think they actually hold... No, they don't hold our holy site. Very close. Okay. You've been stomping around the whole day, grinding your teeth, and suddenly you realize why you've been in a bad mood all day. You just can't seem to abide having lazy people around you anymore. Say, I'll get him to be less slothful when I'm around, so... It'd be nice if we knew who this was we were talking about. We're going to have him maybe lose slothful, maybe like me by less, or maybe have him gain stressed. Or we can have ourselves maybe gain stressed. Well, we don't want to be stressed, so we'll do this one. I guess we'll never know who we were talking about. I guess we could search for who it was, but I already forgot what the name was, so that's fine. So if we're going to stay at peace for a few more months at least, we'll be able to hold another Festival of the Sun. fun. As soon as it rolls around to April. A revolt against one of our satraps, okay. Let's see what's going on in Seljuk lands. Still 4 different wars still in progress for Khiva. Post-invasion is at 0% still. Where is their army, I wonder? Oh, it's up here. Okay. And I think when we do go to war again, it'll just be a series of holy wars in this area against probably just however many people we can declare on simultaneously that we don't have truces with. One of them being for the Duchy of Tabaristan here. We can finally take it since our vassals seem to be incapable of doing it themselves. So the new Seljuk is known as the Unready. Really just adding insult to injury. Not sure what he's supposed to do when 4 people simultaneously declare war on him for the same duchy. Oh, and we are well past April, so we can hold our Festival of the Sun for 50 gold. Send out messengers with invitations to our vassals. Them all to celebrate his light. Festival is about to start, and in accordance with tradition, the festivities begin on a sunny morning. All of these characters will receive various events. Probably the same event, actually. We're going to walk around the temple barefoot 99 times and gain 30 piety. Have the ceremony of Thanksgiving with all of the holy saffron bread and what have you. And the Festival of the Sun is over. The Giver of Justice has been properly honored, and the realm is looking forward to a bright future under his blinding gaze. Okay. So we do still have some opinion penalties in the 40+ range, but we have no actual factions. Oh, interesting. Really? A great war for Khiva? This seems like the worst idea. This is even worse than the previous Great Holy War you got me involved in. Anyway, he has had a vision from Zun ordering him to declare a Great Holy War on Badshah Nasser of the Seljuk Empire and the cawing followers of the Mad Arab. All free Church of Zun men are invited to feast in their holy places. Zun is mighty. Or Zun. Alright then. I guess we'll join this ill-conceived Great Holy War. This is such a waste of a Great Holy War, come on now. Anyway. We'll join. I suppose it's for the whole Kingdom of Khiva, which is... let's see, it does include these other 2 counties which aren't going to be involved in all of these other ones. Maybe some of these are actually in reference to the kingdom. I think maybe the invasion CB could target a kingdom. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're hostile to some of these armies, so we'll be able to roll in and clear some of them out. We're not hostile to the host, and we're not hostile to our vassal for fairly obvious reasons, but we'll be able to clear out everyone else and maybe win the Holy War, who knows? We shouldn't need any more than our existing troops, though. No need to raise our Holy Order or anything. And we'll just get all the rest of our troops together. Let's see, these ones can, I guess, come over this direction. And not you or you. Actually, the ones from here, say, can go here as well. Okay, other people joining the Great Holy War. We're already at 27% apparently. I guess because my vassals' occupations in here, assuming they have some. are counting towards this. Which is okay, I suppose. The lady almost ran me down as I entered the hall. Tearfully, she told me that my word had insulted her again. I think we'll definitely have him become honest. Our vassals having less intrigue is probably good for us. But we're out of time for now, so we're going to have to wait to see how this Great Holy War goes in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.